Hi, my name is Marty Goldsmith. We're here today to show you the photo booths from My Fun Over Louisville and to explain to you why these are the best photo booths in the Louisville area. The first thing you'll notice when you see one of these booths is they're not enclosed. Two reasons. One is your guests at the party or your event or your charity function or your school function like to see other people getting their pictures taken. So in an enclosed booth, they can't see what's going on in there. This way they can see everyone getting their pictures taken. They can laugh if they got some stupid props on them. Number two, and the more important reason is, in an enclosed booth, which is the area I'm going to show you in just a second, you can get 2 or maybe 3 people. With this type of booth, we've had as many as 21 people in the booth at the same time. But we frequently have an entire wedding party, all the girls in a wedding party, all the guys in a wedding party. We can get all of them in at once. We can get families with children in there. We can get brothers and sisters and their spouses in there. We can just get all kinds of people in there where, why would you want to limit yourself to 2 or 3 people when we can easily do 6 or 8 and we can get 10 or 12 with no trouble. We've had as many, like I said, as 21 in here. I'm going to get the person running the camera to show you this enclosed, this white taped area measures 3 foot by 3 foot. So basically that would be 9 square feet, about 1 square meter. And that's how big a typical enclosed photo booth is. So they'll hold 2 people, they'll hold 3 people. When you talk to other photo booth companies and ask to see their picture library, you'll see their pictures and they have 2 people in a picture, they have 1 person in a picture, they have 2 people, occasionally they have 3. You won't ever find 5 or 6 people fitting in a 3 foot by 3 foot space. It's like jamming 20 people in an old phone booth. It just don't work. So this booth here that's 3 foot by 3 foot, size of 2 or 3 of my footprints, it's just not big enough. You need a much bigger area to take pictures of everyone. The second reason, and equally more important, is the background. Within an enclosed booth, you usually just have a black background. Here we've got black, we've got navy blue, we've got gray, we've got white, we've got gold. Then in some locations, if there's like a bunch of brick walls or stone, we'll just use those. Or if there's like a school emblem or a business emblem, we'll use those for the background. If we're at a farm or doing a farm wedding or an outdoor location, what we frequently do is just have no background and take pictures of the surroundings, and they come out great. They come out way better than with a black backdrop or with an enclosed booth. So if you went to, say, my old Kentucky home where it's very pretty in the fall, you're losing all your scenery because you got this little enclosed booth. That's just stupid. The other considerations you should make for a photo booth are the type of printer that's being used by the operator and the camera. We use a web camera that's 15 megabytes. They're fairly expensive. Most people just use a little cheap 5 megabyte camera. If you use a 5 megabyte or an 8 megabyte camera, which is a home grade camera, not a commercial grade camera, you will not get very good pictures. If you use a 15 megabyte camera like we do, and I encourage you to check out what I'm saying at my picture library, myfunoverlouisville.com, you'll see crystal clear pictures, you'll see bright color, everything is just crystal clear and in photo quality mode because of these cameras and printers that work so well together. When you have a camera and you have a little $30 camera, it's just not going to take very good pictures. The other thing that's you don't talk about when you're talking about megabytes of cameras, these have autofocusing. So when a customer gets in a photo booth and wants a picture taken, these things focus themselves. Sometimes you see them, they take up a second or two. That if one person's up 2 feet from the lens and the next person's 5 feet, it takes it a second to zoom in, but boy, you're sure glad it did it. Whereas with a cheap camera, it won't do that. The other 2 things I want to talk to you about are the type of cameras available and how customers after the fact can have so much fun with the pictures. So I'm going to walk around this way and I'm going to show you, tell you a little bit about the different types of cameras. I'm sorry, a little bit about the different types of printers. Now I know most people own a printer in their computer or in their office environment at work. There's a couple different types of printers available for these products. The most common is a sub-die printer. With a sub-die printer, they print very fast. They print at 600 dots per inch. They cost about $1,000 to buy, but the real problem with them is they cost 60 to 70 cents every time you take a picture. And because of that, let's say I'm taking a picture of your wedding and there's 100 guests, I'll take 100 pictures that night. I have to give 4 copies of each picture out. That's 400 pictures at 70 cents. That's $280. That's a lot of money. I have to pass that on to my customer. If I have an old-fashioned home printer that costs me $39, it prints from 300 to 600 dots per inch, and the speed is a big issue because they print fairly slow because they weren't made to print 100 photo quality pictures per hour. They were made to print 2 or 3 occasionally. We buy printers that are made for photographers, that are photo grade printers, that are Epsons. They have 9 different color ink cartridges in them. They will print more than 100 pages per hour in photo quality mode all night, and the results are quite clear. What we do when we do an event, everyone in the picture, everyone in the sitting, everyone that's in the photo booth that has their picture taken gets a picture. So if there's a family and 2 children and a mother and father, we give them 3 pictures. If there's 3 or 4 kids, we give them 3 or 4 pictures. If there's a wedding party and there's 7 girls, we give them 7 pictures. And I'm going to show you in just a second how quick this printer will produce those with amazing quality. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run a print of some pictures that we took last week at 4th Street Live. I'm going to print 5 copies of that out real quick while we're talking. And my printer was shut off because I just shut the power off, but that's okay, it'll kick back on. I'm going to show you some sample pictures, but before I do that, or as I do that, we take every picture and we put a sticker on it so that people can find the picture album from that night. The entire picture album we put on the computer within 24 hours of taking the pictures. We do that for a couple reasons. Any pictures that you want to print more of, you can do. They're not copyrighted. We don't charge you to do that. And you can tag yourself, of course, as it ultimately goes to a Facebook site. And that way you and your guests have unlimited numbers of prints. In this particular picture here that I'm looking at, there's 6 people in the first picture. There's 6 people in the top picture. There's 6 people in all of them but 1, and there's 5. So we just gave them 6 copies of them. This was at a church. I believe it was a holiday party that I took back in late December, and we put the church logo on the picture, and everyone was thrilled. This is a wedding that I recognized at Melwood Art Center. The perimeter of the building has brick walls, so it's got brick in the background, and there's some polka dots on there, and there's at least 5 people in each picture, so we printed off 5 copies, and everyone got their pictures. Here is a picture of a school we did of a cheerleading banquet back in January or February of this year, and there's 4 young girls in there, and they each got a picture. So we printed them off 4 pictures. We also put their school logo on there. The 4th Street Live event that I was telling you about that the pictures are coming off of, we put 4th Street Live, and there were 5 people in here, so we printed 5 pictures and gave them a note that we have the 4th Street Live logo. We can take logos from wedding invitations, the script on there, any type of JPEG file or anything on the computer we can put on your photo booth and make it look like that. Now, here are the pictures that are coming off that I started a second ago with a printer off from 4th Street Live in photo quality mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one is more than halfway out. So if we were at a party and we would just hand the people 5 of these pictures, put a sticker on them first, and they would be very, very happy. The other thing we do that's very unique is we have a website, of course, which everyone does nowadays, myfunoverlouisville.com, and I'm going to go to the screen called Contracts and Payments. If you want to pay me, people all the time ask me or offer me credit card numbers over the phone, and I won't take them. I give them my website, tell them to go on there. It's an encrypted site through PayPal, and they can pay that way, and that way I don't have your credit card number. I don't want your credit card number, and I don't want you to give it to me. The other thing that we do that's really neat, that I don't know of anyone else that has this, we have an online contracting system from a third-party company called Sign Document. You put your email address in there, you put your name, your home address, your phone number, when your event is, where it's at, and you hit the enter key. It sends you a copy of that document by email. It sends me a copy of it by email and makes reservations for you. So it's very, very nice to do. The other thing and the last thing we have that I'm going to show you the computer on through the payments that I accept are through PayPal. PayPal has a program, 6 months, same as cash. They do not charge you for it. They do not charge me for it, not that you care, but they give you 6 months financing. So if you have a purchase through me, a photo booth, you can pay them over $600, I'm sorry, over 6 months, and they don't charge you any interest, they don't charge you any fees. When you're doing an event and money is tight and it's near the end, that is sure a great thing to have, 6 months, same as cash. Props, we have tons and tons of props. I don't have many of them up here for the sake of this information that I'm doing, but I just grabbed a couple. We bring a tub or two to every event, and I just have a couple of them sitting here. We've got dinosaurs, we've got aliens, we've got hats, we've got boas, we've got necklaces, we've got helmets. I don't know what all we've got. It's amazing. So my name was Marty. The website, which you're probably on anyway, myfunoverlouisville.com. If you ever have any questions, I'm at 356-0042. Please feel free to call me. Thank you so much.
Yes.